Good morning. I've just left Thornaby on that Trans-Pennine Express train, which came out from Manchester this morning. First time I've been around the Aldsall Cord. I've changed at Thornaby onto this train, which is taking me north, and it's taking us to...
It's day number 4, station 4, it's Hordern.
So we're at Hordern. What line is this on? Between?
It's between Hartlepool and Sunderland.
Coming up the coast, you could literally see
The sea is over
the sea
there.
over there. We're in County Durham. This is Hordern Station. It opened in June 2020, 2 years ago. My first impression is that it's dominated by the overbridge and the long step-free ramps. Now, but you've been here like 45 minutes. You got here before me.
I did.
What have you been doing during that time? What did you discover?
I walked along the platforms and measured them at 100 metres. I walked down one of the ramps, and it's longer than the actual platform to walk up and down it.
The ramp is longer than the platform.
So, if you walk that way and that way, it's actually longer than the platform.
Now, Dan, of course, has popped up in several videos before, but mainly you were my least used Berkshire Midgham.
Yes, not Mitcham.
Not Mitcham.
Midgham.
Midgham. And I was always impressed with that because you brought like a laminated fact sheet. So I'm hoping that you've taken the initiative. Did you bring a laminated fact sheet? Maybe. We're in the waiting shelter, not a waiting room. There is currently a fault with this display. Please refer to timetables. Are there? Let's just do facilities straight away. Are there timetables?
Yes, there are.
There are actual time. Dan, take us to the timetables.
Follow me.
Oh, an actual timetable. It feels like such a rare thing nowadays.
It's hourly. Basically, there's a few more in the morning. Other than that, it's hourly. 1 an hour in each direction.
And it's quite windy.
Very windy.
Wow. We should probably go in the shelter instead. This is yeah.
I think so.
Let's do the shelter. Oh, what we got? What we got? What we got? What we got? It's a Grand Central. Woohoo! Nice. Whoa! That's how windy it is. The London's Lost Railways fans in watching. You're thrilled to know that next to Hordern Station there's a large allotment. I love it. Do you know what this is like? Imagine the closing scene of Star Wars where Luke Skywalker, Red 5 standing by, is going down like the trench of the Death Star to torpedo the exhaust fumes. Look, it's like... Right?
About time.
So, have you got some Hordern facts for me? What have you got? It's like Christmas. Dan's bag of treats. Ah, he's laminated a sheet. You've actually called the laminated sheet the laminated sheet. With facts on the back. Is this railway font? Good man. It was a mining village. The Hordern Colliery closed in 1987. The original station was opened in 1905 and closed in 1964, Beeching. You should be reading this out. What station facilities are there, Dan?
I'll read it out on my one.
Oh, you got 2 of them?
There are 2 platforms.
There are 2 platforms.
Is
Is there a ticket office?
No.
No. Oh, the ticket machines.
Yes, there is one.
Help points.
Yes.
Dot matrix information displays.
There is, yes.
Waiting rooms. Waiting shelters.
Waiting
yes,
shelters, although the sign on platform 1 over there does say waiting room.
Are there fluttering bin bags in the breeze?
There are.
Okay.
There should be 3, but the bin bag over by the ticket machine is not there.
Okay, and are there parking spaces?
There are.
Quite a lot.
Yeah, it's 137.
I can't get you to count them all, can I?
You can if you want to.
You want to do 100? Does anybody want to see Dan count all 137 parking spaces? Don't count them all. We'll just do maths. It's a grid. It's like a square car park. So if you count one row, and then we'll count the number of rows.
Yeah.
Let's do that.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11.
And then we need to count how many rows there are.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
That's 10 times 11, which is 110. Plus there was a bonus 7 down the end, 117.
Yeah.
Then there's what you call family parking spaces.
Yeah.
And then you must be including
No, it is 137.
the accessible spaces, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, and the taxi spaces, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37. This is what my videos have come to, Dan, counting car park spaces. The joke is we did this at Midgham where there was 8, 9,
There was 11.
and here, why are there so many parking spaces? I mean, it's good, but why?
Park and Ride, I think they're just trying to encourage, because Peterlee is over there, which is a newish town. It's sort of merged into Hordern village, and I think they're just trying to encourage people to park and ride into the city. Also, there's 2 buses over there. There's the 209 and a 210. Allotment! I've borrowed someone's red arrow, Jeff.
Hey, go on. Are we going to stand in front of the station sign? I can see what you're doing. Go on. Where,
It's Paul Whitewick's red arrow.
you've brought a physical manifestation of Paul Whitewick's red arrow. Is that our thumbnail? Well, Dan, it's funny. It's funny you should do that because I've brought a green cross to officially cross this off my spreadsheet to say that I've been here. So we've got the green cross and the red arrow. I preferred it when we were counting car parking spaces. Is that arrow your costs? Broaden your horizons, arrow your costs. Okay. You're having too much fun with the red arrow, Dan. This is, I think. Okay, I'm gonna take it away from you. Come on, confiscated.
There we go.
Confiscated. Welcome to Hordern. Nice. Into
the light.
the light. What is it? A sculpture?
It's depicting the local colliery that closed in 1987. Hordern exists because of the coal from the Durham coalfield. From 1900, the countryside was transformed to a hub for coal mining industry.
Is the modern day station in exactly the same location as the old one? It was not. It's slightly on the line. 3/4 mile down that way. I wonder what's on the site of the old station now. I wonder.
Nothing.
Probably an allotment.
Probably.
Right. Do you have a? I'm right now. What else is in your bag? Red arrow laminated. Do you have like a? That's all, folks. Sort of banner or something. End of video. Really? So you're just gonna? Are we gonna get the train back? You're coming with me. I'm heading north.
Yep.
I'm heading into Scotland.
Yep.
You're going up to Sunderland and home
I
via
am.
Sunderland. Okay. Right. We better get our train then. Daniel, thank you. How did you enjoy Hordern?
Very good.
We're on the train home. We're heading north to Sunderland. I'll leave you to wrap up.
Join Jeff tomorrow on day 5 when he's in Scotland with Jen on the Move. But for now, that's all, folks.